من كل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر عبر WNZK راديو 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
على اسم الله نبتدئ الكلام. أعزائي المستمعين، أسعد الله صباحكم. معكم خليل هاشم من راديو بلدي. نحييكم ونشغل إصغاءكم. نتمنى لكم نهارا طيبا مباركا مليئا بالرحمة والصحة والهناء. الحب كلمة والعطف همسة والحنان لمسة وكلهم تحت غطاء البسمة، فلا تنسوا الابتسامة والسلام فهما لله والخير للجميع. أولا أود أن أتوجه بالشكر للأخت ليلى الحسيني المؤسسة لهذا البرنامج المميز والناجح، كما أشكرها لهذه الفرصة الثمينة في راديو بلدي الذي هو أفضل وأهم راديو لخدمة الجالية العربية في أمريكا الشمالية. ليلى هي من أهم الرواد الإعلاميين، الإعلام المهجري. نسأل الله تعالى أن يجزيك الخير والنجاح يا ليلى. Good morning and welcome to Radio Baladi. Today is October 31st. It is Halloween. I hope that we are hunted in a good way, and just wanted to make sure everybody is happy and safe. Have happy Halloween and safe Halloween. And welcome to Radio Baladi, the best and most important radio station serving the Arab American community in North America. I welcome you here today, and I thank you for listening. You are the best of audience. We have a special program today and a few announcements at the end of the program. Before and we start, I just want to make sure that wish everybody happy Halloween and safe Halloween. On our website at yamichigan.com, we have some tips for you on how to keep it a happy Halloween and safe Halloween, rather. I'm sure your kids are just like mine, are eager to be out tonight. Tonight is going to be very cold, so you need to observe some safety tips. We've had some of those from the CDC published on our website for you, so you can keep it safe. Also wanted to remind you that you can participate in the conversation. Our number here is 248-557-3300. And today we have a special program. We have a special guest with us today. Just want to make sure she's online. Good morning, Dr. Suwan.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr.
Thank
Hassan.
you so much for being with us. We are honored.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I am honored to be with you.
Absolutely. You got up an hour early in Chicago to be with us, and we really thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Arab Americans are pioneers in all fields, and today we have Dr. Nasreen Suwan with us, and she's a very distinguished guest. She's a great doctor, a wonderful mother, an accomplished person, and a caring individual. We're going to be talking to Dr. Suwan shortly and talk a little bit about what she does and how she does it. One of the most fascinating things about Dr. Suwan is her goal in life is to make you feel and look 25. I would do anything to look 25 again. That was a long time ago, but I really appreciate that effort. Dr. Suwan, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Where were you? I believe you're from Palestine originally?
Yeah, that's right. And I grew up and went to schools in Kuwait. My parents believed in women education and supported me throughout my school years up to high school and further medical education in Egypt.
Is that in Kuwait?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And then I had my medical education in Egypt. I finished my medical education in Egypt around 1982.
And when did you come to the States?
I came to the States in 1990. As a matter of fact, I lived in Kuwait, after I was married in 1984. I met my husband during mid-school, and both of us were very hard-working mid-students, and we believed that we will succeed together. So we believed in each other, and that with Allah's help, we will be able to make it together. We studied and worked in Kuwait while being married with babies, and came to the States as immigrants after the Gulf crisis in 1990.
Is that in 1990 when you came to the States?
Yes.
Okay. And you decided to come to the States because of the Gulf crisis?
Yeah, that was the reason, because we were living in Kuwait and we were working in Kuwait.
Now, your parents are from Palestine. What part of Palestine?
Oh, from Gaza.
From Gaza. Okay. And they lived in Jordan? Is that right?
No, we lived in Kuwait.
You lived in Kuwait. Okay. So which state you came in first here?
We came initially to Charlotte, and we stayed for 45 days, and then we came to Chicago.
Yeah. You were already a medical doctor, is that correct?
We were, and as a matter of fact,
when you say we, you and your husband, is that correct?
Yes, both of us.
Okay.
Both of us. We were physicians, and we were working in Kuwait. He was a surgeon, and I was a radiologist. Before the Gulf crisis. So when we came here, we had to start all over again.
Why is that?
Because, you cannot just come here and work. I mean, you have to pass the licensing exam, and, we started doing residencies, and,
a lot of people ask me that they tell me, I'm a doctor. I was a doctor in whether it's Lebanon, whether it's any other Arab country. And it seems like how many do you have to take, other classes? Do you have to take how many years, and then your residency, then you'll be certified? How much work is that? I mean,
it is just so much work, because to tell you the truth, anything that you did before is not counted. You have to start all over again, and you have to pass the license exam, and then you have to compete with American med students, and there are very limited residency spots. So that was not easy.
In a way, it sounds like it makes you a better doctor, but another way, it doesn't like it is fair. You already put this time into becoming a doctor.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it is fair.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel that, we took it the hard way, but it paid off at the end.
It does pay off. It does pay off, yeah. It makes you really a better doctor. And why medicine?
Oh, medicine. Medicine was my passion from the very beginning,
Why is that?
To tell you the truth, when I was young, I was a very, smart student, A student all the time. I was all the time, tucked into medicine, if you will, and that was the beginning. But, when I entered, the field of medicine, it was totally different, because you really interact so much with people, and people who need you. And you make their life better, you make their quality of life better, and especially with my specialty in headache and pain medicine. I am American boarded in neurology, and then I had American board in pain medicine and headache medicine. And to tell you the truth, it is my passion to treat chronic pain, because patients with chronic pain, they may not be able, to do their daily activities or to work or to take care of their loved ones. And when you help them, you change their quality of life, and you help them to have a better life.
Sure. We're going to get more into your specialties in a bit. I just wanted to tell us how, difficult it is, specifically for a woman to be married, have children, and still be dedicated to medical school, which is a lot of work. That's specifically in our culture. Could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, I agree with you. It was so difficult, but, I was blessed because I feel that, I had very strong family support. My husband was supportive and my kids were supportive. I mean, like my daughters, they grew up and both of us, me and my husband, we were doing our residency at Loyola University Medical Center. And when I say residency...
Loyola, where is that?
Loyola University Medical Center in Maywood, Illinois.
Illinois, okay.
Mm-hmm. So basically, we were working like so hard and, like medical residents, they will be working and having on-calls like maybe every third day or every second day at times. It wasn't easy at all.
What is the sacrifice here? Just let's be a little bit more specific for those who are listening. What's the sacrifice here? Is it that, you're not home certain times, you miss birthdays, you miss certain things? Because there is a tremendous amount of sacrifice here.
There is. I agree with you. Sometimes, we were not able, to make it, for specific, school events. I would say that my kids, they were like, a great help for me because, like both of us, we were residents. And, my husband was greatly supportive as well. I was supporting him. He was supporting me. We were supporting the kids. They were supporting us. So that's what I can tell you. And we were blessed also because, I was able to find, a very nice, like Arabic woman. She was Palestinian. And she helped us through residency because she was taking care of our kids.
Which is, you really need that. You need someone in the home while you're doing that.
And to tell you the truth, she was like a mother for us.
Absolutely.
She was. And, to tell you the truth, without her, I will not be able, to make it. Because, she helped me a lot. I mean, she was taking care of my daughters, while I was, doing my residency.
Absolutely. And I'm sure if she's listening, she would appreciate your kindness to her because, other people may just take a credit for the accomplishment, and then you're telling us that, somebody else helped, and that's very important.
Yeah, and I would tell you it is the support of my husband and also the support of my kids. And,
I want to stop on that.
Our blessing.
Yeah, the support of the husband in this endeavor is very important. Because if specifically in our culture, if the spouse does not provide that support, it's going to be very tough for the other person to accomplish what they accomplish.
I agree with you, and it's a mutual support. So he supported me, and I supported him as well. And our kids, they sacrificed a lot as well.
That's a true vow, I was going to say, for better, for worse, huh?
Yes, of course, it is for better and worse.
Sounds good.
And that's what marriage is all about. Absolutely.
Are you where you thought you would be or where you want to be in your profession and your life?
I am. As a matter of fact, I am very satisfied with where I am right now and with my specialty, as a headache and pain management specialist and anti-aging specialist as well. I am helping lots of people and I'm really satisfied with what I'm doing. And also, I'm satisfied with my life. I have 3 wonderful daughters, my eldest daughter.
We're going to be talking about them in a second, if you don't mind. We're going to take a short break, and then 2 things we're going to be talking about. First, we're going to talk about your specialties and how we can help and how you help people. Then we're going to talk about your 3 amazing children in a second.
Thank you.
We'll be right back for a short break. Thank you.
Dr. Opata Al-Zuhaili is a diabetes and endocrinology specialist with over 12 years of experience in medical research dealing with diabetes patients. Dr. Zuhaili lectures in many American and Arab universities about the latest research and studies related to diabetes. Al-Zuhaili Medical Centers are fully equipped to provide you with the best in medical treatment. Whether Arabic or English, our staff of medical professionals speak your language and can provide for your comfort and care. You're always welcome at Al-Zuhaili Medical Centers. Please visit our Southfield location at 27207 Losser Road, and for appointments call 248-809-5988. That's 248-809-5988.
Jumana Kayrus. You've seen her images on giant billboards across the metro. Jumana Kayrus. You've seen her images on buses across the city. Now get to know Jumana Kayrus.
Most people who sit in my office across from my desk are hurting on so many levels. One thing people do not know about medical malpractice is that the statute of limitation, meaning the time that you have to bring suit against a doctor, a hospital, is 2 years. In medical malpractice, that's a very, very short period of time. Not every lawyer is an advocate, but every lawyer should be an advocate.
Let Jumana Kayrus protect your rights. Call the law offices of Jumana Kayrus at 1-866-YOUR-RIGHTS, extension 100, or visit yourrights.com.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Welcome back to Radio Baladi. We're talking to Dr. Nasreen Suwan, and I thank you for being with us, Doctor. You can also join the conversation. Please call us at 248-557-3300. Dr. Suwan, before we went to the break, we were talking about your family. We were talking about specifically about your. I was reading about your children, and they're grown daughters now. But I just want to, if you can tell us a little bit about them, if you don't mind.
Yeah. My eldest daughter is Lara Alborno, and she is an international lawyer in Paris. She finished her law school at Loyola University, and she's working right now in Paris as an international lawyer. And Lara actually is very passionate about human rights and women's rights. And she had a wonderful paper that was published about child brides in Turkey. So this is about my daughter Laura. My middle daughter Dana is a med student at Loyola University Medical Center, and she took 1 year off of her med school. She was a Fulbright scholar, and she worked with Syrian refugees in Jordan.
Okay.
My youngest daughter is Lana Alborno, and she's a college student at Loyola University Medical Center. So, as you know, we are all Loyolans here.
Sure.
Yes, and Lana is about, she's all about volunteering her free time. She was volunteering in hospitals, and the last year she went to Dominican Republic to build roads and houses for needy people, and she spent there
You must be really proud of what they're doing and their accomplishments. And now talking to you, we know where they get this drive. And what we'd like listeners to really know is that parents can really put their children on the right path to success, and not only success in private lives, but also success serving the community and giving back to the community.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
Yep.
And to tell you the truth, I would actually say that my parents put me in this path because, they valued education, and they supported me all of my life. They supported me even before marriage and after marriage. And they actually spent on me while I was on med school.
It takes, there is really no mystery about it. It takes hard work to make it. It takes hard work to really, get where you need to get and what you want to, accomplish in life. So there is really no free lunch, as they say.
Oh, of course,
yeah.
There isn't.
Part of your specialty is anti-aging, and I was reading that you like to help people to look and feel 25 forever. Please tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. as a matter of fact, that's what we want to do. We want people to feel and look like 25, but not necessarily, to live at the stage of 25, because, we want actually to enjoy every stage of our life. Right now I'm not 25, but, I'm enjoying 3 wonderful daughters and, beautiful life. So, but we want people to feel and look healthy and youthful as well, as if they are 25.
How can they do that?
I would say the most important thing, everybody would say, okay, you have to lead a healthy life, eat well, don't eat junk food, and at the same time you have to sleep well, and you have to avoid stress. I think that, this is the most important thing.
This is the formula, huh?
Yes, this is the formula, but, I have a better formula as well that I would like to talk about.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So, basically, I believe that the most important thing, about being, healthy and about being useful is really the inner beauty. And the inner beauty is all about, humanity, loyalty, faithfulness, and giving back to others.
It's the concept of sharing.
And sharing,
yeah.
exactly. So I think that, the inner beauty is the most important thing.
And how do we get there?
How do we get there? I would say that we have to maintain our inner beauty, humanity, loyalty, faithfulness, family values, and love for our families, spouses, and children. Basically, I believe that enjoying our families with valuing every moment, whether in the past or present or future, is the key for happiness. I believe that the family is the real pleasure and the treasure in life. And it is the secret of feeling and looking the best.
So it really starts with the person themselves.
Yes,
you must love yourself and care about yourself, and so you can care and love others.
I would say, of course, we all love ourselves and care about ourselves.
In the right way.
Yeah, but I feel that, loving our families, loving our children, our spouses, and our parents, our brothers, sisters, and, just like taking care of everybody, and feeling, the love and feeling being loved, this will always put us, in the best, I would say, situation.
That's easy to say. In real life, how do you really mitigate all of the stress and all of the responsibilities and you've been through that. I mean, you've worked really hard in your life. You continue to do so.
Yeah, I think that it's easier said than
done. Yes, absolutely.
But I feel that when we have the inner beauty, humanity, loyalty, and faithfulness, and family values, everything will be possible. When there is a humanity, when we have family values, everything will be possible.
Could you give us an example?
And workable as well.
Could you give us an example, please?
An example?
Yes,
I
like
think
on taking care of our inner beauty.
The example, I think that, the biggest example would be, how, not only me, I think that, like every couple who would start their life and, would struggle with life and, would struggle, with, juggling, a job and, family and children, and at the end of the day, they have to be like thankful for each other, for being beside each other and for helping each other. So, again, I would say it all starts with the family and ends with the family.
It must be really difficult to go back to that kind of line of thinking, because we live at a time where everybody wants a pill. Give me a pill so I can look good. Give me a pill so I can feel better. people go to their doctors and say, just give me something so I can feel better. And now you're talking about it's a lot bigger, more serious than that, which is, you need to work on yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, to tell you the truth, I was even talking with Laila the last time about, that we have to believe in our image. I mean, as humans, we were blessed by given the best image that God gave us. And we really need to believe that the real beauty is to believe that you should be your own self. You should be yourself. So, I don't believe that, just like to keep taking pills or, to do like, so much to try to be like somebody else is the right way to go. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about spirituality?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you
we
can
need,
say that.
Yeah. So if we are, and we're not advocating any faith here, but if we are spiritually strong, then that could help us on finding our inner beauty, and this is where it starts.
I agree with you. I agree.
How did it work for you?
Yeah, believing in God. I believe that, we should accept everything that God gave us. I mean, like even when it comes, like to our image, we have to believe that the best image is really our own image. So, like I have seen, like lots of teenagers and, like some of our youth, like would say, oh, I want to be like this and I want to be like this. And I just want to let you know that I receive like lots of letters, through my Facebook. I have an Arabic Facebook that goes like all over the Arab world. And, I receive like, lots of, comments and letters, Somebody is telling me, I feel that, I have to put lots of makeup to be acceptable. I have to do so and so to be acceptable. And I always respond to them, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to understand that you really do not need to put lots of makeup to be acceptable. God gave you the most beautiful image, and you have to believe in that.
Yeah.
So, I respond, to those people who are like complaining of how they look. So this is like one part of it. And the other part, I would say that, in life we are given, so many things, and we are deprived from so many things as well. And I believe that we have to accept whatever we have and to be happy about it.
Sounds good. We have Najib on the line, and good morning, Najib.
Good morning, Mr. Khalil Hashim.
Good morning.
And good morning to Dr. Sawani Biftekir.
Sawan.
Dr. Sawan.
Yeah, Dr. Sawan, and Sharaf. Of course, at the beginning, I want to thank Al-Alamiya, Mrs. Layla Al-Husseini, our goodwill ambassador in the world.
Absolutely.
So it's an honor for us. And I think Dr. Sawani, she heard or not that Miss Layla Al-Husseini, she's our goodwill ambassador, and we are very proud.
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Beautiful.
And I told her that she deserves it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
So she deserves it. Thank you. Mr. Khalil Hashim, I want to address the question to Dr. Sawani. Dr. Sawani, as I heard from the beginning, you have already a beautiful, beautiful story, beautiful adventure, when you left with your family after being a victim of a war. And I don't want to go deep in politics, but look what the wars do in our Middle East,
I agree. It's a disaster.
Oh, and we are all victims. Dr. Sawani, for me as an...
Dr. Sawan, by the
Sawan.
way. There is no I at the end.
Oh, just Sawan. I'm
yes,
sorry
that's
again.
okay.
Thank
that's
you
okay.
for correcting me.
No problems.
For me as an American proud from Iraq, a Chaldean community, we were all, Christian or Muslim or all other religious, I respect. We were all victims. And I don't want to go there. But look, I want to say, first of all, welcome to the USA. Second thing, look what kind of treasure our home country is losing, like Dr. Sawan, her husband, her two precious, beautiful daughters, God bless them. I mean, look, the good brain, the good doctors, the good engineering, because of the wars, those wars that the people, they don't have no business with those wars, except for some people who they try to create those wars for nothing. Otherwise, we, the Christian and the Muslim and all the other religious, we are living, and the Jewish, living a beautiful life, like a one family. But I don't want to go there. I just hope and I wish our country is peace and love, and they go back again.
Thank you, Najib. We're going to. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Khalil Hashim, I just want to address my question to Dr. Sawan.
Please do.
Dr. Sawan, I address a question, very brave, to one of our doctors in the great Detroit community. And it was like there is a lot of patients. They go to our doctors, with my respect to them, Arabic or Middle Eastern or Chaldean. I say there was a lack, there was malpractice from our doctors to our patients, who they trust our doctors because they don't speak English. But here, sometimes, certain doctors, with my respect, they use the clinic as a assembly line. They take a patient 2-3 minutes, no diagnosis, though, just write a prescription. Please go take Motrin, go fill this prescription. And I heard some people, they went to clinics, and the doctor did not send them for MRI or X-ray.
What's the question, Najib?
My question is, why our doctors don't focus and spend more time with our patient before a disaster happens, before a cancer builds up in the body. They should diagnose and focus a little bit and spend more time with our patient. And thank you very, very much.
Absolutely. Before you answer that, Dr. Sawan, we're going to take a short break, and then going to be back. Then we can answer that question. And thank you, Najib, for your call.
New Concept Product and Design، رائدة إعداد وتجهيز المطاعم والمطابخ بالمعدات بشكل كامل، غرف التبريد والثلاجات. يمكننا مساعدتكم في الحصول على التمويل اللازم لمشروعكم، وكذا الحصول على الإجازات اللازمة من الدوائر الصحية. نخدمكم بخبرة 25 عاما. ناجي عبود صديقكم الدائم. للاتصال الهاتف رقم 248-442-9292 248-442-9292 وتماما على 33900 West 8 Mile Farmington Hills. للمزيد من التفاصيل زيارة الموقع الإلكتروني www.nuconceptproducts.com.
Life for Relief and Development is a non-profit charity that has been providing humanitarian aid and development to people and communities regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background for over 22 years. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life rushes to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Life also has development projects that provide medical relief, water purification, educational programs, relief for orphans, and much more. Your help and support can greatly improve these efforts. All donations are tax deductible. For more information, please visit our website at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493. That's lifeusa.org, 248-424-7493.
سليطة للخدمات الدولية في ليفونيا. جميع أنواع الخدمات الإنسانية منها الهجرة والتجنس، معاملات اللجوء، الضمان الاجتماعي، العجز الصحي، الميديكير والميديكيد، تنظيم وترجمة الوكالات الخاصة والعامة، التوثيق، إضافة إلى الاستثمار في الأردن وفلسطين بما يتضمن شراء وبيع الأراضي. زوروا موقعنا الإلكتروني salaitaintl.org واتصلوا على الرقم 734-358-0144. سلايطة للخدمات الدولية، نتقاضى رسوم متواضعة ورمزية جدا. 734-358-0144.
Welcome back to Radio Baladi. We're talking to Dr. Nasreen Sawan, and I also want to welcome your phone calls. You can reach us at 248-557-3300. Dr. Sawan, Najib was made a comment in regard to some medical issues Would you like to answer that question?
Yeah, of course. He was talking about, physicians, and he was specifying like Arab physicians not spending so much time with patients. As a matter of fact, I just want to let you know that it's not about Arab physicians.
Exactly.
Generally, right now, most physicians are so pressed in time because of what's going on with health care and lower reimbursement from insurance companies and extensive documentations needed for reimbursement. And at the same time, the physician is stuck with huge overhead that he has to take care of, like, rent, utilities, also staff that, the physician is supposed to spend on. So basic and huge malpractice insurance as well. So basically, unfortunately, at the end of the day, the physician has to take care of patients, but at the same time, he has to take care of business, and he has to make sure that he's able to make a living,
And insurance is pretty high, and then you have a staff, and then you have all of these things. And
yes, of course. And I don't specify Arab physicians, but it's basically not Arab physicians. I believe it is just like,
it's the business itself.
Yes, exactly. And right now, it is very hard for solo practitioners to survive, and I have to say that because big practices and big groups are like taking over, like hospitals and medical care, and it's really very difficult for solo practitioners, to survive. And I have seen lots of practices, like going out of business because they are not actually able to have, like revenue more than the overhead. Once you have less revenue than the overhead, you cannot survive. So basically, I think that it's a general...
It's a tough business.
Exactly.
It's a tough business. And the other thing is that, Arab American doctors are wonderful doctors. They have accomplished quite a bit. And most of them really serve our community very well. I mean, I know a lot of stories like yourself who put a lot back into the community, and we don't want to let, the story of one or two doctors to really spoil what everybody accomplishes.
Exactly.
So we are proud of their accomplishments, and if this is not an identity or an Arab American or a Muslim American or a Christian American or whatever it is issue, this is it happens that there may be one or two who do something that we don't like them to do, but in general we are proud of the accomplishments of people in our community. I want to talk a little bit about pain management, and this is another one of your expertise. Could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, of course. In pain management, there are like two types of pain. We are talking about acute and chronic pain. Acute pain is something that, for example, if somebody has a trauma or a fracture or something, they will be developing, acute pain for a specific period of time, and it may go away with some pills or rest or, just by time. So this is like the first type of pain. The other type of pain that we're talking about is chronic pain, and my specialty is headache management, and I would say that there are like so many types of headaches. Like most common is tension headache, and most disabling is the migraine, and most devastating is cluster headaches. We're talking here about chronic medical conditions that may compromise the quality of life of sufferers, and some of the patients may even not be able to work, and they may lose work time, family events, and they may not even able to take care of their, like loved ones. I mean, like a mother who may have a migraine and will be just like, locked in a dark room, a quiet room, not being able to do anything for herself or her kids. She may not even be able to take kids to school or to take care of them. So basically we are talking about disabling medical conditions.
And how do you manage that?
When it comes to headaches, first of all, the most important thing is the correct diagnosis. Remember that we have primary types of headaches where there isn't like a specific treatable medical condition, and I would say something like, tension headache or migraine or cluster headache. Of course, if we are talking tension headache, we are talking stress. If we are talking about migraine or cluster headaches, they are related to some vascular irregularities, but, it's not something that we will be able, to go in and fix. So that's why we call them like primary headaches. In a situation like this, we have medications that would prevent headaches from coming or would reduce the frequency and intensity of those headaches. And there are medications that patients may take when they have acute attacks, say, of a migraine or a cluster headache or even tension headache. So that's what we do, with those types of headaches.
At what point should I really seek medical help if I'm having repeated headache?
To tell you the truth, in my opinion, patients should seek medical help when they have headaches because, this is what
how often? Like if I get it every day, if I get it twice a day, after a couple of weeks, I should say, this sounds like it's not one of those, once a month kind of thing. I need to get some help.
Yeah, I would say that patients, when they have, there isn't a normal headache, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have seen lots of my patients, when I was asking them about their headaches, they would tell me, that was like a normal headache. And I would tell her, what is normal headache? And if it is normal, it's not normal because it is something that brought you to my office. And in general, headaches are not normal and they should be taken care of. What if there is like some underlying medical condition? And I would tell you about a story that happened with me. As a matter of fact, one of the patients came to me, not even as a patient. She came for cosmetic reasons. She wanted to do Botox for her wrinkles. So, we were talking about it, and she said to me, sometimes, Botox would help even my headaches, and that's why I have been even getting cosmetic Botox. I told her, I'm not sure if we should actually just treat you with cosmetic Botox. Why don't we just look more into the headache that you're talking about? So after I examined her and she was talking to me about this nagging headache on the right side of her face and head, and that, comes so much often. So what happened that I told her, I feel that we would be safer by getting an MRI. We got an MRI. She ended up having, a medium-sized aneurysm. And this is something that is not so serious that it should be taken right away, but at the same time, it's not so small to ignore, and it was the reason for her headaches. And those types of aneurysms may leak at times, and they may cause, headaches, and patients even may not know that they are having, something going on, with them. So basically, in my opinion, patients should be honest about their symptoms, and they should consult with their physicians.
Yeah.
And there isn't a normal headache, basically.
Yeah.
She called it normal headache, by the way.
It is debilitating sometimes, when they get... Now, headaches, what fuels them? Is it a blood issue? Is it a nerve issue? Or is it a muscle issue? Or is it all above?
As a matter of fact, I would say it depends on the type of headache. Some of the headaches may be related to aneurysm or to brain bleed. Some of them may be related to brain tumors. Some of them may be related to some type of an infection or inflammation.
So basically our body is trying to tell us something when those headaches are
Exactly.
Okay.
And some of the headaches may be combination
of several,
of so many headaches. For example, somebody who is having tension headache may still have a migraine, and somebody who may have tension and migraine may have a headache that is originating from the neck as well.
Should we try to, before we seek medical help, should we try to say, okay, maybe it's a stress, let's minimize stress, let's do this, let's do that. So when we go to the doctor, we really can provide good answers to why and how it is happening.
Yeah, I think that, we should all try, to minimize stress anyway, but
sure.
we cannot just use it as the only remedy. And I would like also to mention that if you have one type of headache, you are not immune against the other type. So somebody who's having tension headache or migraine, they may not be immune against an aneurysm or a brain tumor. So basically, nobody can say, okay, this is just a normal headache, I'm having a tension headache all the time, or I'm having a migraine. And if there is any change in the frequency or intensity or nature of the headache, the patient should actually know about that and should report this to his physician.
Before we continue, I want to ask you about your piano playing. We're going to go on a short...
Oh, this is my passion. As a matter of fact...
Before you say anything about it, we're going to go to a short break, and then we're going to be back and talk a little bit about your piano playing.
Oh, this is the best.
Okay, thank you.
Senabriku for all your Metro Detroit real estate needs. 248-755-3494. Whether buying or selling, short sales, foreclosure, or investment for both business and residential, call Senabriku, owner and broker of St. Jude Realty, at 248-755-3494. If you're facing legal problems, it's time to get the right attorney working for you. Ziad Gossett is experienced in foreclosure defense, eviction, and real estate law, as well as immigration matters, workers' comp, bankruptcy, business law, and all criminal matters. With attorney Ziad Gossett in your corner, you won't have to fight alone. Call 248-680-7300. That's 248-680-7300.
زرياب بفرعيه الجديدين، الأول في ديربون بإدارة المنتج وللدخول، والثاني في ستيرلينغ هايتس 15 هافن ديكوندر بإدارة حسن حامد. للترويج لبضائعكم وإعلاناتكم التجارية ومكاتبكم. زرياب نبيع CD و DVD بالجملة والمفرد وبأسعار منافسة. فيديو كليب، موديل، كل ما يتعلق بالصوت والصورة. اتصلوا بزرياب 313-945-8860. تحويل الأفلام من وإلى جميع الأنظمة العالمية 313-945-8860. استوديو زرياب، تقنية عالية، برامج تلفزيونية، برامج إذاعية، إعلانات تجارية للترويج لبضائعكم ومعاملكم ومكاتبكم. اتصلوا بزرياب، الصوت والصورة وبتقنية عالية 313-945-8860. زرياب.
Welcome back to Radio Baladi. We're talking to Dr. Nasreen Sawan, and before we went on the break, and also want to mention that you can participate in the conversation at 248-557-3300. Dr. Sawan, you were talking about your piano playing. How did you learn the piano, and what does it mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. As a matter of fact, I never learned how to play piano. It just came, by nature. I don't know even how to read a note. But
you don't read the music?
No, I don't. Since I was young, I loved, playing accordion, and then, when I grew up, I started, playing piano, and it was all by ear, and basically most of the times with my eyes even closed. So, it is just like a passion. It is part of me. I loved it so much. I told Laila, why don't we just put one of the pieces that I played today? He said to me, no, I'll keep it for my program.
It is relaxing, isn't it?
It is. It is very, very, very relaxing.
Yeah,
and it's really the most beautiful. And I feel that everybody should have some type of like a stress release or a hobby or something. You know what I mean?
Very important. It's very important. I play volleyball and I play tennis, and I can't wait every week to get on the court and get away from everything and just focus on the sport itself. It just gives me this great. I wish I could say that I play music. I don't. I wish I learned it a long time ago, but I didn't. So
yeah, I believe that. Yeah. It is really a relief for the heart and soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you plan to learn how to play music? How to read, rather?
I tried so many times, but it was really very difficult with every piano teacher who's coming, to teach me, because at the end, while we are trying, to go through the notes and stuff like that, I will just start, playing, without looking at the notes. So
Sure. I want you to stay with us for a few minutes. Before time is up, I just want to remind the listeners that, we've had a terrible flood a couple of months ago, and FEMA is still in the area. The deadline is November 24th, and FEMA also wanted to make sure that all businesses get the chance to apply for help and get the help they need to rebuild their business. This is something very important. Again, the deadline is November 24th. And I believe we have Ray Perez from FEMA on the line, and he wants to share a couple information with us. Good morning, Ray.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes. You wanted to share a few information a little bit with our listeners?
Yes, I want to give you a little progress report here on the recovery here.
We got 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
2 minutes, okay. Well, we've hit a couple of milestones where FEMA has already granted more than $100 million in grants to homeowners and renters here in the 3 counties of Macomb, Wayne, and Oakland, and we've hit 100 registrations. Again, we remind everyone that if you need to register by November 24th, if you had any damages to your home, we don't know we can help you until you register, so please don't count yourself out. We also want you to know that if you have been turned down for assistance, you received a letter of denial of eligibility, you have the right to appeal, and you have 60 days. So read that letter closely. Make sure that understand why you were turned down. And sometimes it might be just a misunderstanding, maybe a wrong address, or just need some proof of insurance or proof of residency in that area. So make sure that you know that. So you have 60 days to appeal that. You can also go into one of the disaster recovery centers. We have them in all 3 counties, and talk face-to-face with one of our representatives.
How can people get information online?
Okay, that's what I was going to just say.
Sure, please. Yeah,
1-800-621-3362 is the number to register, or you want to do it online, disasterassistance.gov.
Okay.
But even if you have registered, you have questions about your case, you can still call that 1-800-621-3362. That number is good forever. So whether you have registered or not registered, that number is where you can get some information.
Absolutely.
One last thing, I want to give you another number. We're also providing free disaster legal services and counseling. So you can call here in the Metro Detroit area, 844-451-0749. Again, 844-451-0749. And that's for Disaster Legal Services Hotline, and you can get free legal assistance and counseling if you have any problems or need just to talk to somebody from the legal profession to give you some advice about that.
Wonderful.
Again, call 1-800-621-3362 to register for assistance or to speak to someone directly about your case.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you calling us. And please send us the information. We have information on our website. We'll add this to it as well. And thank you so much for calling Mr. Perez.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
August 24th is the deadline to register. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. That's November 24th, not August. Thank you. We appreciate it. I think we have a caller who has a question for Dr. Sawan. Go ahead, Said.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. We don't have a lot of time. Please give us your question quickly.
Yes, I just want to say about the doctor, some of them, they misdiagnose.
Do you have a question, please? We're out of time.
Every day. No, we just want to tell you that it could happen that we don't mean to give the doctor a hard time, but we just want to mention about the problem, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And this is not really limited to, Arab American doctors. Some doctors miss and some doctors don't. And again, we are proud of our doctors in our community, and they're doing wonderful work. And any final thoughts, Dr. Sawan?
As a matter of fact, I would like actually to talk about my Facebook page, which
Yes.
is Forever 25 Medical Center. I have an English Facebook page, and I am actually communicating with so many people or with our fans, and we are answering their questions. And I am having also an Arabic one. So I'm having Forever 25, which is المركز الطبي العالمي للصحة والشباب الدائم. So I'm having an English Facebook page, and I'm having also an Arabic Facebook page, and I'm having also for the minorities, like, the Hispanic community. We have a Facebook page in Spanish, and we have another one in Polish. But what is important, I think, for us right now is the Arabic one, because, lots of our fans are sending questions. And, of course, I'm not trying, to treat patients, over the Internet or over the phone or anything like that. But sometimes they may have general questions that, or they have some concerns that they do not know where to go or what to do. And, we will answer all of our, people, and we are available all the time. And they can either, communicate with us through the Facebook, or they can communicate also through the phone. They can call me in the clinic at any
our
time.
listeners also can communicate with you through the radio, and also they can, as of next week, you will be on our website as well at yammichigan.com, and we'll have some information there as well, because it's important to keep that conversation going, and we can funnel enough information to our community.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's all about education, really, and it's all about, reaching, to our people who are in need of help.
And I want to thank you so much. We are honored and privileged to have you on this program, and you're an amazing person, an amazing doctor, and we want to thank you so much for getting up early to be with us and to share this wonderful information with our listeners.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Mr. Khalil Hashim. I'm very honored.
Absolutely.
I'm really very honored.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I want to remind our listeners that Tuesday is election day. It's imperative. It's important that you go out and vote. It is very important. Nothing puts the community on the political map like voting. If you don't vote, you don't exist. If you don't vote, do not complain. As simple as that. Even if you don't like the people on the ballot, that's fine. Just go ahead and vote and just punch that hole and put it in, so people know that you exist. People know that you voted. And make an educated guess. Don't just vote because you like someone. It's more than that. This is very important. This is how we make our community a better community. We've always, before we came to this country, we wanted to vote and we wanted to voice our opinion. We could not. Now we can. Don't ignore it. The numbers are no good, because if you look at the number of Arab Americans out there and the numbers that vote, we need to increase that. We're already doing well. We can do much, much, much better. Thank you so much for another wonderful, wonderful program. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next month. Thank you so much. Bye now.